Come along now to Melody Roundup.
Howdy, friends. Gene Autry invited this old country plowboy to visit him and said for me to bring my friends. So let's go. Next stop is Gene Autry's Melody Ranch.
Yes, sir. You're all invited to the Gene Autry Show with all the folks here at Melody Ranch. Johnny Bond, the Cass County Boys, the Pinafores, Carl Cotner, and yours truly, Lou Crosby. But right now, here's the boss man himself, America's favorite cowboy, Gene Autry.
Thank you very much, Uncle Louie, and howdy, folks, and greetings to you all. You know, a couple of weeks ago, we did a song called 160 Acres. A lot of you folks have asked that we do it again, and we're only too happy to oblige. So here it is. Fellas, take it away. I've got 160 acres in the valley. I've got 160 acres of the best. Got a coal stove there that'll cook 3 square, and a bunk where I can lay me down to rest. Up at dawn to greet the sun, I've forgotten what a care or worry mean. Head for home when day is done, and the pocket money's jingling in my jeans. I've got 160 acres full of sunshine. I've got 160 million stars above. Got an old paint horse, I'm the guy who's boss on the 160 acres that I love. I got 160 acres full of sunshine. I've got 160 million stars above. Got an old paint horse, I'm the guy who's boss on the 160 acres that I love. You can't see the sun when you're crying. A tear can hide the brightest sky of blue. You can't hear a song when you're sighing, no matter how the birds sing for you. Suppose you made believe your eyes were cloudy window panes. I'm sure you'd clean them up to look for rainbows when it rains. You can't see the sun when you're crying, so smile and let the sun shine through. Suppose you made believe your eyes were cloudy window panes. I'm sure you'd clean them up to look for rainbows when it rains. You can't see the sun when you're crying, so smile and let the sun shine through.
Ah, really nice going there, partner. That rates a great big A on any report card.
Well, thank you, Lou. That's the nicest compliment I've had since I won the spelling bee in my first year of high school.
All I can say is that must have been some contest if you won spelling bee. What a word to win on. The other fellow was probably put out because he couldn't spell or.
I didn't say anything about spelling bee. I said I won a spelling bee.
That's what makes me laugh. Winning an A for spelling bee.
Johnny B is another word for contest or game.
Now, wait a minute. You ain't trying to tell me that the World Series is called a bee. Anyway, a bee is something that gathers honey.
Oh, brother, I give up.
Of all the silly things I ever heard. Winning an A spelling bee. Why, I could do that with my eyes shut.
All right, then, let's just skip it.
B-E-E-E. There it is. That's all it is to it.
I said let's skip it.
I knew that when I was 3 years old.
Will you please forget about it, John?
Okay. Still seems silly to me.
I said let's change the subject.
Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I got an idea. Let's talk about me.
Well, that's that. What do we talk about now?
Say, Johnny, I've been meaning to ask you, where did you get those pants?
Oh, these?
Mm-hmm.
I sent for them to one of them mail order companies. Fine.
Well, they look just a little snug, that's all.
Well, I like them this way. Any objections?
Well, what I'd like to know is what happens when you bend over.
I'll tell you what happens, Lou. You see where it says Sears and Roebuck?
Yeah?
Well, sir, when Johnny bends over, Sears and Roebuck part company.
You can't hurt my feelings. Sticks and stones, you know.
I like your pants, Johnny. You look
Thank
like you were poured into.
Thanks, Lou. Thanks.
Yeah. But I'll bet the guy who did the pouring had quite a time getting those bow legs into those straight pants.
Oh, I don't know. My legs ain't so bowed.
Bowed, he says. Lou, you won't believe this, but Johnny has to get extra pants a foot longer for the extra curves he has.
You're just jealous, Gene Autry, because your legs are straight.
Oh, Johnny, don't you sometimes wish you had legs like other people?
I wish I had teeth, too. I'll tell you, Lou, the way I figure it is this. If my legs were straight like yours and other folks, I'd just be another person. But the way they are now, people look at me and say, what's that?
Well, John, that's one way of looking at it, all right. Well, at least you're different, and that's something. And speaking of different, here is something different. Yes, sir? We hope you folks will like it. Cass County Boys singing Texas Belle.
I rode the mountain ranges, all the plains and every prairie, till a big idea went chasing through my head. Now my roaming days are over, and I'm settling down in Clover, 'cause I'm sure convinced that every man should wed. I was searching far and wide for a pretty little gal to be my bride, and I found her when I saw my Texas Belle. Never thought she'd care for me, but she saw my cowboy finery, and now I'm doing well with a belle from Texas. Yippee-yi, yippee-yay. I wooed and wooed and wooed her night and day. All the other buckaroos were pitching too, but it's me that's gonna do the hitching to my pretty little blonde-haired, blue-eyed belle from Texas. The buckaroos were pitching too, but it's me that's gonna do the hitching to my pretty little blonde-haired, blue-eyed belle from Texas. What'd you say, boy? My pretty little blonde-haired, blue-eyed belle from Texas.
Yes, sir. Well, many thanks, boys. Don't run off, because we're going to do another one here in just a minute. You know, that Texas Belle sounds like quite a gal. But right now, I'd like to musically pay tribute to a great state where they say the sun never stops shining and the oranges grow as big as grapefruit. That's something, isn't it? Out California way. Made up my mind to go where I'm always going to stay. I lay a bed, you know where, out California way. I'm gonna wear my Levi's and lay around all day. My life I'm gonna revise out California way. Got a rope and a saddle that I've learned how to straddle like an old cowhand. I can walk pigeon-toed, I got a sob in my yodel for that sunny wonderland. I'm feeling kind of dreamy, I know I'm going to stray. And then you're going to see me out California way. Got a green gallon fence and a guitar just to listen, got a cowboy band. Now I sing mighty whistle, got a pearl and a pistol and a craving for the land. sun'll soon caress me. A yippee-oh-ki-yay. So partner, just address me out California way, out California way, out California way.
Another swell story there, partner. Now I know all the folks are waiting to hear this week's Cowboy Classic. How about it?
Then we mustn't keep the folks waiting, Louie. Did you ever sit out on the prairie on a cool summer evening, or watch the sun come up and high atop a mountain? Well, if you have, you've probably heard this song, because it's really a melody from the sky. Love is everywhere, its music fills the air. All nature seems to hum a melody from the sky. Over on the hill, I see a whippoorwill. I hear his song become a melody from the sky. And there's a bluebird singing to his lady love above, a love song taken from the whispering breeze in the trees. Love is everywhere, its music fills the air. All nature seems to hum a melody from the sky. And there's a bluebird singing to his lady love above, a love song taken from the whispering breeze in the trees. Love is everywhere, its music fills the air. All nature seems to hum a melody from the sky.
Friends, it's milking time around here and lots of chores to do. So if I'm ever going to get them done, I've got to get started. We never say goodbye here at Melody Roundup. Just so long till next time.
This is Jack Brown speaking. Your Melody Roundup has been a presentation of the Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education. Come along now to Melody Roundup.
Howdy, friends. It's your old Tennessee mountain boy again, and I'm giving you an invite to visit a real cowboy with me. You guessed it. Yes, sir, it's Gene Autry.
Right now, here's the boss man himself, America's favorite cowboy, Gene Autry.
Well, thank you very much, Lou, and howdy, folks. Yes, sir, the warmest of Melody Ranch greetings to you all. You know, the other night, a few of us went into town and saw a picture show. It was called Twilight on the Rio Grande. In it, a cowboy with the initials of G.A. Oh, thank you, Mr. Crosby. He sang a song that went something like this. I had me 2 trusty pistols, had me 2 leather holsters hanging by my side. I had a 2-gated pony till the day matrimony took my bridle and gave me a bride. I was riding down the trail to Santa Fe when I met a pretty gal along the way. I said, ain't we met before? She just drew a 44, so I tipped my hat and slowly rode away. I went riding down the trail to Santa Fe when I met another gal along the way. I said, baby, you're a dream. She said, touch me and I'll scream, so I tipped my hat and slowly rode away. I rode away, 'cause there wasn't no excuse for me to stay. I tipped my hat, and that was that. Yes, I left that kitten sitting where she sat. I continued down the trail to Santa Fe when I met another gal along the way. I said, are you taking 2? She said, partner, I'll take you. So I tipped my hat and settled down to stay. Settle down, how I cursed the day I ever rode to town. What a life, how I cursed the day I took myself a wife. Well, if you ever ride the trail to Santa Fe and you meet a pretty gal along the way, you better stop and think of me. I was happy, I was free when I tipped my hat and slowly rode away. I tipped my hat and slowly rode away. I'm sad, I've got the blues. Can't shake the sands of Texas from my shoes. I sigh and don't know why. I guess I've got those good old Texas blues. The smell of the rain, the roll of the plain, the feel of my feet in the saddle. I'd give all I own if I could be home, back on the range punching cattle. I guess I'll have the blues till I shake the sands of Texas from my shoes. The smell of the rain, the roll of the plain, the feel of my seat in the saddle. I'd give all I own if I could be home, back on the range punching cattle. I guess I'll have the blues. Can't shake the sands of Texas from my shoes. Can't shake the sands of Texas from my shoes. Can't shake the sands of Texas from my shoes. Wait just a minute. What are you laughing so hard about, Johnny?
Boy, did you hear the one about the fella that had the gold-plated saddle? And every time he rode, he struck it rich?
Oh, brother.
I guess I'm just what you call a natural-born chronic.
The word is comic, Johnny, and you're not.
You can't kid me, Bud. Comic is something kids have when they're little babies.
No, that's colic.
Huh. That shows just how much you know, Gene Autry. A colic is what Lassie is.
No. Lassie is a collie.
A collie?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it ain't. Collie is the abbreviation for cauliflower.
Brother, I give up.
Well, it's about time. Now, if there's anything else you want to know, just ask me.
I got something I'd like to ask you.
Oh, hello there, Lou. I
Hi,
was
Lou.
just wondering where you were.
Ask Johnny.
Oh, how would I know? Ain't you nursemaid, am
Of
I?
all the dirty tricks that was ever played
What
on a
seems
guy...
to be the trouble, boy?
This morning I bought a horse from Johnny. Paid all my last month's salary for him. Just a little while ago, I took him out for a ride, and I come to that little hill just the other side of the barn. The horse stops.
Uh-huh, like the one I picked in the Derby.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, this horse can't even climb that hill.
Well, now, don't go getting yourself all worked up, Lou. I didn't say nothing about him being able to climb hills. I said, on the level, he's a fine horse. And he is, too.
You know, you shouldn't take advantage of Lou the way you do, Johnny. Where is that horse of yours now, Louie?
Out in the barn reading his racing form. He wants to know what the rest of the horses are doing.
Don't be silly. Horses can't read.
How do you know?
Well, I just do, that's all.
Did a horse ever tell you so?
Oh, this is ridiculous. A horse can't talk.
Well, you don't know the half of it. The other day, he told me that the reason horses wear blinders is that the mama horses put them on the papa horses so that the papa horses won't look at the other mama horses. You get it? It's hard to figure out.
Go ahead and laugh. Have your fun. But you can't discourage me, huh, Daddy?
I must say it is a little tough for
It ain't only tough, it's impossible. But old Lou come out west to master a horse or know the reason why.
Well, do you think he ever will?
Nope, but he'll know the reason why.
And with that brief forecast of things to come, may I suggest a song? And folks, here are the Cass County boys, such as they are, singing Texas Sandman.
When that Texas Sandman comes along, sprinkling Texas dream dust in my eyes, I can have the things I've always longed for while I'm dreaming neath the Texas sky. The gal I love will love me, in fact she'll turtle dove me, and the boss will raise my pay if I ride my way. Texas Sandman, Texas Sandman, when that Texas Sandman comes along, I'm the richest cowboy in the West, rounding up the dreams that roam through Texas, put my brand on those I love the best. With my head on the saddle, my troubles all skedaddle, like doggies gone astray. If I ride my way, Texas Sandman. The gal I love will love me, in fact she'll turtle dove me, and the boss will raise my pay if I ride my way. Texas Sandman, Texas Sandman, Texas Sandman, Texas Sandman.
That's for me. Well, thank you very, very much there, lads. Cass County should be mighty proud of you. And now, folks, there's time for a man that Crosby calls the boss to sing a song. I guess that would be me, and the song would be... I remember when I made you cry, ages and ages ago. I'll never blame you for our last goodbye, ages and ages ago. Something told me when you walked away that time would make me miss you so. And though it happened only yesterday, it seems like ages and ages ago. Now I'm waiting with a broken heart. How wrong I was to let you go. I've lived a lifetime since we've been apart. Seems like ages and ages ago.
Really wonderful.
In a little Spanish town, 'twas on a night like this. Stars were pick-a-booing down, 'twas on a night like this. I whispered, be true to me, and she sighed, see. Many skies have turned to gray because we're far apart. Many moons have passed away and still she's in my heart. We made a promise and sealed it with a kiss in a little Spanish town. 'Twas on a night like this. Many skies have turned to gray because we're far apart. Many moons have passed away and still she's in my heart. We made a promise and sealed it with a kiss in a little Spanish town. 'Twas on a night like this. If we can keep the Prairie Canary Crosby quiet, I'd like to sing a song that seems to sort of fit this season of the year. And here is That's My Home. Got the starry sky for a roof above my head. That's my home. Got the rolling plains and the soft pine for my bed. That's my home. Got the sun on my doorstep every dawning, the moon on my pillow every night. Birds wake me early every morning to start my day off right. Got the mountain range for an altar when I pray. That's my home, and the running stream to go fishing any day. That's my home. Got my boots and saddle and my horse for company. Got the open space far as anyone can see. Long as I can ride the range wherever that may be. That's my home. Got the mountain range for an altar when I pray. That's my home. And the running stream to go fishing any day. That's my home. Got my boots and saddle and my horse for company. Got the open space far as any man can see. Long as I can ride the trail wherever that may be. That's my home.
This is Jack Brown speaking. Your Melody Roundup has been a presentation of the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.
Come along now to Melody Roundup. Just draw up a chair and sit a spell, won't you? This is your Roundup foreman, Big Jack Little, inviting you to stick around for the next few minutes for some top-flight Western music and song.
Be honest with me, dear, whatever you do. Remember your mind, dear, so always be true. Wherever you wander, on land or on sea, if you really love me, be honest with me. My poor heart would break, dear, if you were untrue. Asleep or awake, dear, I dream about you. Oh, you are my darling, you're all that I see. If you really love me, be honest with me. Someday I'll return, dear, and make you my own. And how I will yearn, dear, when I'm all alone. I'll never forget, dear, your sweet memory. If you really love me, be honest with me.
Swell, Gene, swell. Now, that's what I call high-class singing.
Remember this one?
February, June, or July. No time, ain't no time to stay outdoors and fool. So shine on, harvest moon for me and my gal. Come on, Mr. Moon, calling came to see. My gal is nearly falling.
Oh, the night was mighty dark and you could hardly see, for the moon refused to shine. Couple sitting underneath the willow tree, for love they pine.
Little maid was kind of afraid of darkness, so she said,
I guess I'll go. Boy began to sigh, looked up at the sky, and told the moon his little tale of woe.
Shine on,
I'm pining.
love in the sky.
Time's a wasting, for I ain't had no love and since
January, February, June, or July. No time, ain't no time to stay outdoors and fool.
unless you're an Eskimo.
Shine on, harvest moon.
Big and yellow like a good fellow for me and my gal.
Oh, me. Yes, sir, that was as mellow as a 20-year-old fighter kid. Leaning on the old top rail in the big corral, looking down the twilight trail for my long lost pal. How he sang when it sprang on his old Mustang and rode away down the track by my shack. He said, I'll be back another day. Now the moon shining pale on a lonesome gal, leaning on the old top rail in the big corral.
Leaning on the old top rail in the big corral. down the twilight trail for my mama found.
How he sang when he sprang on his old Mustang and rode away. Down the track by my shack, he said, I'll be back another day. Now the moon is shining pale on a lonesome gal, leaning on the old top rail in the big corral. I know that someday you'll want me to want you. When I'm in love with somebody else, you expect me to be true and keep on loving you. Though I am feeling blue, you think I can't forget you until someday you want me to want you. When I am strong for somebody new, and though you don't want me now, why, I'll get along somehow, and then I won't you. Until someday you'll want me to want you. When I am strong for somebody new, and though you don't want me now, I'll get along somehow, and then I won't you. Well, thank you, gang.
A1, Gene, that's for me, you know.
What do you say to a little bit more music, huh? Here's the Angels song. When the angels turn the lights on in heaven tonight and hang out the stars in the blue, when you see that first star through your window tonight, I'll be dreaming, my darling, of you. Starlight, star bright up in the blue, I wish tonight that I could be with you. When the angels turn the lights on in heaven tonight and hang out the stars in the blue. Starlight, star bright up in the blue, I wish tonight that I could be with you. When the angels turn the lights on in heaven tonight and hang out the stars in the blue. Well, thank you very, very much there, folks. Thank you a lot. Well, once more it's Cowboy Classic time here at Melody Ranch. Today's song ranks with the best of them. Oh, I guess there's prettier songs, and maybe others have fancier words. But for real listening pleasure that brings back a lot of happy memories to a cowboy, I'll take this one. When it's twilight on the trail and I jog along, the world is like a dream, and the ripple of the stream is my song. When it's twilight on the trail and I rest once more, my ceiling is the sky, and the grass on which I lie is my floor. Never ever have a nickel in my jeans, never ever have a debt to pay, till I understand what real contentment means. Yes, I was born that way. When it's twilight on the trail and my voice is still, please plant this heart of mine underneath the lonesome pine on the hill.
Never ever have a nickel in my jeans, never ever have a debt to pay, till I understand what real contentment means.
Guess I was born that way. When it's twilight on the trail and my voice is still, please plant this heart of mine underneath the lonesome pine on the hill. When it's twilight on the
It's so long time, gang. Melody Roundup comes to you through the United States Armed Forces Radio Service, the voice of information and education.